At one point in the movie, Venom do a horse, and then Eddie Brock ride the horse, and they're boyfriends.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And oh my stars and garters, it finally happened. The big announcement. It's real. It's true.
We've been waiting for so long for Nintendo to make the announcement we've all been waiting for.
Nintendo?
No?
Nintendo?
No?
Who gives a shit about Nintendo, dude?
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Venom frog. Can we get a full up picture of this Venom frog?
You're starting right into it. I was going to ask about your week.
Here's my week. Venom frog. Everybody, we did it. We did it. We got our first look at Venom frog.
I have
It's
no
really
idea
happening.
Why or what this means.
Venom frog. Venom frog. Venom frog.
I want to be with you, but I haven't seen these movies.
Venom frog. I have no fucking clue why Venom frog is big.
I thought there was some context to this.
Yeah, the context is Venom is a frog now. He's just a little guy.
Wait. Hold on. Okay. Is that him or is that an additional Venom?
Yes.
Is that another symbiote?
That's a Venom. There's a fish that's a Venom. At one point in the movie, Venom do a horse, and then Eddie Brock ride the horse, and they're boyfriends.
I'm listening.
He's just a frog. He's just a little guy.
Okay.
You can't be mad at Venom. He's just a little frog. When you're
wasn't
mad at Venom, this is who you're mad at. Please show him again, Alex. When you're mad at Venom, this is who you're mad at. Was that concept art? Don't show me that concept art. That's weird. Don't show me that. Show me the cute little guy.
I don't think they're that different. His mouth is just a little more open.
They're extremely different.
Settle down. You're peeking the mic.
They're extremely different, Saige.
His mouth was just a little more open.
Are you kidding me? Those two completely different little guys.
Show me that horse.
Yeah, he's a majestic beast.
That's frightening. That horse is too muscular. I don't like when horses are muscular.
All horses are muscular.
I dislike it. I don't really like horses. I'll be honest. I'm sorry to the horse people.
All right. We'll go back to that frog.
Look.
Go back to the frog, please. Yeah, look at him. Look, it's just a little guy.
It's still a little too muscular for me, I'll be honest.
Well, he works out.
Those arms are those are like human arms.
In between little tea parties with his friend Venom Toad, he works out.
There's not a Venom Toad.
What's the difference? Tell me the difference between a frog and a toad.
There are differences, but I don't know them.
Let me tell you a little something about this Venom.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me what the difference was between a frog and a toad.
Saige, that's not important. There's a Venom frog.
Do you know it?
Between a frog and a toad?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them doesn't get to be fucking Venom, dude.
Doesn't get to be what with Venom?
I mean, only Eddie Brock gets to be fucking Venom. You know what I mean?
Boyfriends?
They're boyfriends. I have a t-shirt that says Venom and Eddie Brock are boyfriends.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So listen, Venom Frog is here. Whatever you were worried about, whatever's going on in your life, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Venom Frog is here. It's okay. Everything's cool. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
I think he's freaky. I'm sorry, I do. I think he's a little freaky.
What are we even doing here?
He's got veins and muscles. I think, okay, listen.
Are you shaming this? Are you shaming this little guy for his physical appearance?
Anthony?
Yeah.
I think there are key factors as to what makes a little guy in the cinematic universe of little guys, right? In your Gizmo to Grogu, okay?
Yeah.
In that same kind of thing where we love to take on a new little guy from a movie. We love a BD1.
Sure.
Okay? Little guys.
Little guys.
I think there are key factors as to what makes someone allowed to be considered a little guy.
Okay.
Okay? And I don't know if muscles and veins are allowed on the list of little guy features?
Well, let's talk about.
Name a little guy with muscles and veins other than this frog.
I think probably if you shaved Sweetums from the Muppets, he would have a lot of muscles and veins.
Now, I would argue if you shaved a lot of little guys, you might see some muscle and vein, but the fur covers it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important.
Okay.
And obviously, fur's not going to cover this Venom frog.
Listen, we may have our first little guy that has muscles and veins. If that's your rule, that's fine. But I'll tell you this. First little guy with muscles and veins is Venom Frog. And he's allowed in. He's allowed into the club. I'm sorry. Look at him. He's just a little guy. Alex, can we get a picture of Venom Frog?
I think it's like right now they're doing the Knights of the Rotund table. Have you heard about this? We talked about it, right?
Have you heard about this?
I've heard about this.
Have you heard about that?
I've been hearing about this.
All right.
I love that. Right now they're doing the Knights of the Rotund table with all of the little guy animals of TikTok. So it's like Pesto and Moodang and Biscuit.
Now I would argue that Moodang, very shiny, very leathery and shiny, very odd looking, still little guy.
I would say definitely little guy. That's my phone background, which is Moodang.
But super shiny, super weird looking.
But I think it's the chunkiness that saves Moodang.
If you looked at just Moodang's face, you would think it was like a Balrog or a rock troll.
It's a little cheapified.
Yeah.
She's got little rounded features. I think it's the roundness.
I think if Moodang can be little guy.
She's perfect.
If Moodang can be little guy.
Well, she's a Knight of the Rotund table.
And she's about to bite that person's arm off
she
right
loves
there.
to bite.
Venom, little guy, shiny, wet, loves to bite.
True. Valid.
Big eyes.
Yeah.
Which one am I talking about? I could be talking about either one.
Any Venom.
I could be talking about any Venom or any Moodang right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do. I hear you.
So what's the differentiator? What's the differentiator?
Muscle? It's muscle. I don't know about buff babies. I'm sorry.
But what if it's a buff baby that can dance like a man, who can shake his fanny, who can shake his can?
I don't think I like it. I don't think I like that.
Really?
I don't think I like buff babies. I'm sorry. I think I find them a little frightening. I think there's something uncanny about something baby-sized being buff.
Can you try to find a picture of the Venom fish? Yeah, thank you. Can you pull up Venom fish, please, Alex?
Alex is typing up a storm over there.
Alex is like a hacker in a film right now.
We are putting the guy to work this morning.
Can we get a picture of Venom fish, please?
I came into some wild, didn't I? Look, buff baby, yes or no?
Yeah.
Hey, buff baby, yes or no? Are you in? And can a little guy be a buff baby, like muscly, veiny buff baby?
Look.
Because I'm like, no. And I know what you're referencing.
I know what I'm referencing too, and I'm bringing it up. Alex, do you have the fish or not? Yeah, bring it up there. Okay, first of all, that's Venom fish. Venom fish, not a little guy.
Okay.
Please look at that. That's Venom
definitely
fish.
not a little guy.
Not a little guy. Venom frog, little guy. Finn from Adventure Time, buff baby, little guy. Please bring up my screen.
Is it not coming through, right?
Oh no!
Your NDI stopped working.
Oh no!
You can just play the sound very loudly.
I'm gonna do it.
Into your microphone.
I'm gonna do it.
It does look like a piranha. Agreed. That's just a piranha.
Baby, they can dance like a man. I can shake 'em my fanny, I can shake 'em my can. I'm a tough tootin' baby, I can punch in your buns. Punch in your buns, I can punch all your buns. If you're an evil witch, I will punch you for fun.
Okay.
That's a buff baby. Buff babies are allowed.
That was a rounder buff baby. I'm going to say buff baby Finn. Cuter. I think he had the characteristics. Look at that. There's a roundness. There's a softness to buff baby Finn.
Yeah, but he'll punch you your buns.
Yeah, and so will Moodang. You see, I'm with you.
Do you know who won't punch you your buns? Frog Venom. He's just chilling on a lily pad.
You don't think Frog Venom will punch you your buns?
No. Frog Venom is a little guy. He's a little guy chilling on a lily pad. He wants to have a tea party. He wants to sleep under a mushroom.
Yeah?
We know this about little frogs.
We know this about frog venom?
We know this
Hey,
about
pull up frog venom again.
Okay, can we see a picture of frog venom, please?
I'm just saying, I think you're really cutie cottagecoring. I think you're really...
That's cottagecore.
I don't think frog venom is cottagecore.
That's cottagecore. Put a little straw hat on that guy.
I don't think that like a little flower as a hat on a lily pad really works on frog venom.
Yes, it does.
But here's what I'd say. I would love it if someone can draw. I cannot. But if you can draw and you would like to draw frog venom with a little like flower, you know, the little flowers they place on frogs' heads for a hat on a little lily
I
pad.
think we all know the little flowers they place on a frog.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was a month where I was only drawing the little duck with the flower on his head?
I didn't actually see any of them, but you told me.
There was that little duck on TikTok and Instagram. I don't think it was one. I think it was multiple little duck accounts where they were just putting little flowers on their heads.
As little hats.
And they were little hats and they were little guys. And I drew so many little ducks and little hats.
That's awesome.
Alex, can I see a picture of the Venom frog again? Thank you.
I keep trying to pull up because I'm like, somebody has to have created a little guy's tier list. Like I said, the Grogu, the Gizmo.
Yeah.
This wow. No, this one's bad. Oddly enough, this one has straight up Yoda on it, not Grogu. And I would say Yoda is a man. That is not a little guy.
Now,
That would be extremely disrespectful.
I pulled up a little guy's one and I don't recognize half these little guys.
I don't know any of those little guys. Who are those little guys?
I don't know half these
I
little
don't know
guys.
these little guys. I've got little guys, and look, these are biased. Okay, these are just like people's individual tier lists. But like, I don't think like this is a list that has like Alf and Kermit. I don't think this is what I'm looking for.
I don't know
it
if
does
Alf's a
have
little
Rossetti
guy.
on it, but again, I would not call Rossetti a little guy because he will fuck your shit up. Rossetti will kick your ass for calling him a little guy.
He's a mean little guy.
He's not a little guy. He will murder your family.
Wow. I don't know about that. He's just mad at you because you broke a law. Not a rule. Not a rule.
A law.
A law.
Yeah. And he will make you pay for it, quite simply.
Alf is not a little guy.
Alf is not a little guy.
Alf is not a little guy. Alf is like, you want Alf to pay rent, but he can't because if he goes out in public, the government will get him.
He's a dude.
He's a dude.
He's a dude.
And
for
he's
sure.
kind of a deadbeat dude.
Okay. That's good. People are saying it. Pixel Circus, little guy tier list, Patreon.
We could do a Pixel Circus little guy tier list.
Pixel Circus little guy tier list on the Patreon today. It's Friday. You get a Patreon video anyways. That's what will happen over there. It'll be customized. We pull all of the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's no good little existing little guy tier lists. But then the best part about making a tier list is that you guys will be able to go and do the tier list after and post it in the Discord.
Listen, this is a news show. And
Morning.
you've already gotten the biggest news of the day, which is the littlest guy.
Yeah.
The Venom Frug. Venom Frug exists.
Uh-huh.
But there's more news today. Nintendo, of course, as Saige mentioned, just rocked the technology community.
Mm-hmm.
With the biggest technology announcement. Nintendo says, we've got a hardware announcement to make.
Yeah.
And everybody said, oh shit, here it comes. And they announced some hardware and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you wanted
what
them.
you think it is. It's exactly what you're hoping for.
This is what you wanted.
This is the future the left wants. I don't know. There's other stuff.
All right.
There's stuff. There's games.
All right. Say
There's
one
things.
more. Say one more and sound excited about it.
Little Nightmares news.
Little Nightmares news. There you go.
I love Little Nightmares. It's one of my favorite game franchises of all time. Hey, and also good morning, Alex. I know we've been putting you to
good
work.
morning. I've been running all around the studio, grabbing frogs out of small places and putting them
Yeah,
on
as
screen
a matter
for
of
your
fact,
pleasure.
Alex, I do want to hear how you're doing, but can we get a picture of the Venom frog first?
Of course you did.
You
I'm
gotta
so
be ready
sorry.
for Venom frog, Alex.
I also saw that I believe this was an Alex edition that they're doing a symbiote cup in Fortnite, and you can win She-Venom, and these are freaky skins.
Yeah.
I don't
let's
like
get that Venom frog first, though, Alex.
No,
You
he had it. You missed it.
I missed
was
it.
there.
I
was
missed it.
there.
So you got to
Don't-
bring it back
don't
up.
do it.
I didn't
Don't
see
do
it, Alex.
We don't need more Venom. We've
Alex,
seen
I didn't
enough
see
Venom
it.
Frog.
I didn't see it. Bring it back up. I didn't see it. Thank you. Okay.
Can we see the symbiote cup, ladies? These Venom ladies are freaky.
Yeah. Well, one of them is the Michelle Williams Lady Venom from the movie Venom.
One is She-Venom and one is Agony.
Yeah, Agony is from the comics.
I'm guessing the purple one?
Yeah, Agony is from the comics. The one in black is the She-Venom Michelle Williams from the end of the first Venom, who, by the way,
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't know if this is secret information, but I'm blowing all the lids off of everything. Michelle Williams was unavailable to record the ADR for the She-Venom
Okay.
at the end of the original Venom. So that is my friend Sarah Amale doing a sexy Michelle Williams as sexy Venom
It's awesome.
at the end of the movie.
That's fantastic.
She's MCU adjacent.
Good for her.
Her and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a good amount of MCU adjacent people.
That
these days.
close.
Yeah.
That close to the MCU.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, I'm seeing so many exclusively just posters for Kraven the Hunter. Because Kraven the Hunter
I don't think the movie
is real.
exists. I think it's just posters.
They stopped playing the trailer.
Yeah, because they delayed it again.
But they've kept all of the not just outside the movie theater, inside the movie theater, big displays for Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
When's it coming out now?
I
I feel like it was supposed to come out forever ago.
Listen, if I was Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Uh-huh.
If I was Aaron Taylor Johnson,
Uh-huh.
what I would do is I would say, thank you for the paycheck.
Uh-huh.
It was very cool. We don't need to release this film.
Yeah.
It's okay
We
if
did
it
it.
never comes out. The film was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
My career is going just fine.
So let's not do this. Please don't Madam Web me.
We don't need another Sony Spider-Man universe movie that does not have a Spider-Man.
We don't.
It's okay.
What was that, Alex?
I don't even know if I'm legally allowed to say that now as a Marvel person.
Yeah.
But,
Legally.
legally.
It's illegal now.
It might be illegal for me in my contract.
illegal.
I might be disparaging Marvel, but I don't think
No.
I am. I'm disparaging Marvel adjacent things.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex.
They are saying that December 13th is the release date.
Sure,
Okay.
they're
Right
saying.
now.
It's the Christmas movie this year. It's
By the way,
holiday
Alex, how
season
are
movie.
you?
I'm doing lovely. Thank you for asking.
Great. And can we get a picture of the
No.
Venom frog,
Yeah,
please?
you can get a picture
We've
of
had
the
enough.
Venom frog.
We've had enough.
Can we just get one more picture of the Venom frog, please, Alex?
It's the last one.
You don't
said
know
one
that.
more. You said one more, which
for
means
now,
it's the last one.
For now, in this segment of the show, which is the opening, we're opening the show, Venom Frog. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's the holiday movie of the season. Families going to the theater to see Kraven the Hunter.
But not even, because then it would come out on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this is, I guess, the Christmas one, right? Which isn't actually for Christians and people that celebrate Christmas. This was made for the Jews.
But that would come out on Christmas Day. So are you saying
Uh-huh.
that Kraven the Hunter is canonically Jewish now? He is Russian.
Yeah.
He could be He could be an Ashkenazi Jew.
I'm a Russian Jew.
Yeah.
Maybe we're related.
You should 23andMe with Kraven the Hunter.
23 in me to see if I'm related to Kraven the Hunter. I should find out if I too have that tiger in me.
It's a lion.
Lion?
It's a lion.
Right? Sure. Yeah. Does that make me related to a lion? If he injected his blood with lion. Okay, wait.
Was not blood with lion. The lion is the skin of a lion that he killed. His blood is full of, because he's also a genius. His blood is
I thought
full.
you were going to say a genie.
His blood is also a genie. Kraven the Hunter, if you catch him by the toe, has to give you 3 wishes.
Because you were like, his blood, because he is also a genius.
A genie. A genie, and it is normally catch a tiger by the toe, but if you catch a genie by the toe, Kraven the Hunter has to give you 3 Russian wishes.
Okay.
Now,
What did he injected himself with
he
something.
injects himself with a special strength and an agility potion that he makes himself because he is a genius.
Right.
He made a chemical
So
because
it has nothing to do with a lion?
no, the lion is just he killed a lion,
Yeah.
and that's pretty dope.
Okay. That's the hunter of it all.
Yeah, he is a hunter.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He hunts the most dangerous
Yeah.
game.
right. Of course.
Man.
Yeah.
And the most dangerous game?
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man.
Right. Which is funny because Spider wouldn't make the top list of most dangerous game.
Make a spider the size of a man.
Sure.
He can shake his fanny, he can shake his can.
But I'm like,
He's
okay,
above Spider, he
you
can
would
punch in your
think-
buns.
you would think that the most dangerous
Yeah.
would be the combination of the top 2 most dangerous things, the most dangerous games. So it's maybe lion and maybe man, but it's not lion man, it's spider man.
Here's
Because
the-
spider pretty low on the list of most dangerous for hunting.
Well, you get bit by a brown recluse spider, you're dead in 15 minutes.
Sure, I still wouldn't consider it the biggest danger to hunters.
No. I mean, it can be, because you could be pointing your 1800s blunderbuss, you know, the guns that have like the
Of
big,
course, yeah.
they have the
And
big,
I assume
they look
they
like
shoot
you-
basically cannonballs.
if you blow into the back of those guns, they go,
yeah.
you could be pointing at that,
Uh-huh.
at a lion. And here's the thing about lion mostly sleep.
Yeah?
If you hunt a lion during the day, you are mostly hunting sleeping lions.
That's horrible.
That's
Don't do
why
that.
that's why big game hunters are not it. Lions mostly sleeping. You have a gun. You're half a mile away or whatever, because you're also a sniper. And
With your blunderbuss.
with your blunderbuss, which is used for sniping.
Uh-huh.
And you could be shooting the lion. Brown recluse bites you on your arm. You didn't even see it coming.
Yeah. I'd like to think before that brown recluse bit you, they were like, hunting a sleeping animal isn't cool like you think it is. You know?
Yeah.
Bitch.
Now
Went in
imagine,
for a second one just for fun.
now imagine Peter Parker doing that to you.
Yeah. On your back.
Yeah.
Saying, hunting a sleeping animal isn't as cool as you think it is. Bitch.
There's that part in Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 video game console
Uh-huh.
where maybe it was just, it doesn't matter. Where you go into Craven's lair, the
Mhm.
big like hunting lodge that he's renting.
Yeah.
And he's got a tiger.
Yeah.
And the tiger is like sleeping and you're worried that Spider-Man is going to have to fight a tiger.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh God, I don't want to punch a tiger.
The solution to everything in that game is to simply crawl on the ceiling, though.
Yeah. They make sure that you don't have to fight the tiger.
You don't have to fight the
But
tiger.
you
I've
walk
done
in
it.
and you're
Yeah.
like worried
Yeah.
that you have to fight a tiger. And you're like, that's actually, I'm
I
not
don't
cool
want
with
to do that. I really don't feel good about
I don't
that.
think Peter wants to do it either.
I know what I do. Like, I know what I'm capable of, and I don't think I can hold back in this video game.
Yeah.
I don't think I can be like, hey, can we just like maybe wrap it up and set it aside for a moment?
The solution, of course, spoilers for Spider-Man 2,
Mhm.
is you inject a meat with drugs
Mhm.
and feed it to tiger,
Yeah.
which I think is also probably not safe.
Yeah, I don't love the idea of drugging a tiger either.
No. Never go to Thailand then. You ever see those pictures of people who are lying with tigers?
No, I know. That's bad.
Can I tell you
That's
something?
a bummer.
Can I tell you something?
I probably wish you wouldn't.
Back in the day, my sister had one of those on her dating profile.
Everyone has one on their dating profile.
Still?
I think a lot of people do. I don't know. I'm not on dating apps.
I don't think people still do. I think it's generally known that that's uncool.
Well, I think in Los Angeles,
I mean, man hold fish now.
man been holding fish.
Yeah, and man can continue to hold fish.
Yeah.
Even though that's red flag,
Yeah.
man can't stop himself from holding fish.
And I don't know what it is.
Man will hear, woman don't want to see you hold fish.
Yeah.
Woman think it weird you hold fish.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but look at fish.
Yeah.
Hey, can we see a picture of the venom fish?
Oh, I thought you were going to say of a man holding a fish.
Can we see a picture of the man holding a venom fish?
I would say if there's two things that are immediate swipe aways on a dating profile in just like the standards,
Yeah.
it is standing in front of your car and holding a fish. Also, hate to see a man standing in front of a car.
No, you don't want to see that. If it's both, then you're like, did that guy just go to the grocery store and buy a fish?
Yeah, and he's like walking back out to his car and was like, "Hey, snap this real quick." Yeah. So
There it is.
what if he was holding this fish?
Eddie, put me in a tank, Eddie.
Based on this
Eddie,
fish,
I want the little flakes, Eddie.
I'd like to imagine he's cradling the fish.
Eddie,
What if he was?
I want to swim through the little castle again, Eddie.
What if he's holding it like a baby?
Yeah, if you're cradling a fish like a baby, I think that shows that you have a paternal instinct,
Yeah.
which I think is probably better.
Yeah.
So if man hold fish on dating app, be sure to cradle like
Cradle
baby
the fish
and be giving little smooch.
Yeah.
I actually want to add that to my dating profile.
Yeah. You just holding a fish.
Fish and
man holding fish. but-
cradling it and giving it a smooch.
Yeah. Where are you gonna get a fish?
Well, if somebody would teach me how to fish, I could date forever.
Teach a man to fish and he'll remain on dating apps for the rest of his life.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we got to talk about this big Nintendo hardware big Nintendo hardware news.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for the Nintendo hardware news to drop,
Yeah.
and it finally dropped this week. Folks, it's everything you've been waiting for. Nintendo announced Alarmo. That's right. Alarmo. The alarm clock from Nintendo. Go ahead. Yeah, do that video, Alex. Let's get that as B-roll. Nintendo said, we've got a hardware announcement for you, and everybody ran to the internet and they said, hard psych. Hard psych.
Sorry. Oh, we forgot. Did you think that we were doing? I'm so sorry. I forgot you guys were waiting on a console.
Don't be scared, Alex.
Put it up. That. We shouldn't have said that we were waiting on a. Oh, I get that when we said hardware,
yeah,
you thought. But no.
No.
What we have here is Alarmo.
Alarmo, the first alarm clock. That's finally somebody invented the alarm clock. If you're unfamiliar with what Alarmo does, you set a time and it does an alarm.
Yeah.
Now
that's it.
Now do it in a fun Nintendo way, sorta.
Kinda. A little.
When your alarm starts going off, you can choose from 5 different Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
And it will play different music. And then as you're moving, as you're starting to wake up, Alarmo will play sounds from that game to your movement to help you wake up. When you sit up, Alarmo do an excited noise for you.
Yeah.
And then when you get out of bed, it will play the like crescendo finale of the music that you're listening to.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm
sorry, and I know I'm a Nintendo simp. I know that I am.
No, I enjoy it too but here's why I enjoy it. I like when Nintendo, the little toy company, appears from the behind the shadow of Nintendo, the giant video game conglomerate. I like when the Ultra Hand shows up. You know what I mean? All these little Nintendo toys that made Nintendo what they are. This is lovely. Do I want it? No. This is okay. Let me, first of all, before you say this is kind of cute, I want it, let me drop the science on you. Number one, you have to be a Nintendo Online subscriber.
I am.
Okay. Well, technically I am, but you are there too. You are on my family plan.
We're on Nintendo Online.
We're a family plan.
Okay.
And then you have to order it special. It's in limited quantities. $100.
I know.
$100. You can also, there will be limited numbers of this alarm clock available at the Nintendo World Store in New York.
Okay. I hate that I like it.
It's wild.
Now, here's the other thing. A lot of people are joking about the Alarmo online because the Alarmo is only for single people.
All sleep tracking stuff is. That's something that I've noticed.
Yeah.
All sleep tracking stuff really is. If you remember back in the day when everybody was like installing those apps on their phone and you put the phone on the mattress?
Yeah. Not if there's another person on the mattress.
If there's another person on the mattress.
You're not getting any usable data.
No.
Unless you guys sleep identically. Like,
which we do. Synchronized sleeping?
Yeah.
Like an old Hollywood movie?
Right.
Where all the ladies in the one-piece bikinis get into a bed and do this at the same time?
Yeah. Very valuable data coming from them, but everyone else, unfortunately, screwed.
That's right. My favorite franchise, Ring Fit Adventure.
People love Ring Fit.
One of the games that's on there, Nintendo said we're only going to pick 5 games to really represent Nintendo.
Oh, that's one of the sounds? Like the...
Yeah, one of the 5 games is Ring Fit Adventure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
that's
I think
so funny.
Here's why I think Nintendo did that. Because they believe that there's going to be a high crossover between people who already think about Nintendo as like fitness wellness and people who want this clock. They're wrong.
Right.
They're wrong, but I see where their thinking comes from.
Yeah.
It's
Trisha?
Trisha looked at this and thought it was ridiculous.
Okay. Because I know Trisha was into Ring Fit for a while.
I showed Trisha the Alarmo and Nintendo, cover your ears because Trisha is a Nintendo partner. But she looked at it and she was like, no. She was like, maybe Logan would like it.
That's cute.
Like maybe her kid would like it.
Yeah.
And that is kind of cool. Her kid, by the way, this is the funniest thing in the world. Her kid started playing Kingdom Hearts. And when he started playing Kingdom Hearts, whenever he wants to play it, he tells his mom, I want to play Zora from Smash. I want to play the game where you're Zora from Smash.
And
I looked at him and I was like, what game? And he was like, the one where you're Zora from Smash. I was like, oh, Zora from Smash.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Zora from Smash. I was like Mega Man from Smash. He's like, right. He was like Sonic from Smash.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
going to be like Ariana Grande from Fortnite.
Yeah, we just kept going back and forth with it. I was like, you're talking about Solid Snake from Smash. And he's like, yeah.
King
He's like-
DDD from Smash.
He's like, but did you know that Meta Knight's actually from a different game?
oh.
And I was like, I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think so.
He's like, he's from Kirby. I was like, Kirby's not a game, dude. Kirby's a character from Smash.
Alex, can you show my screen? Is my NDI working? I feel like it is. Okay.
I restarted mine. I don't know if that helps.
So listen, Nintendo posted their announcement, wake up, Nintendo Sound Clock available for early access right after they had made their hardware announcement. Some of my favorite reactions. Can we please get Switch 2 info? Nintendo, oh, where'd we go?
We're gone.
There we go. We're back. Nintendo.
Look,
That's it.
look. The 5 games are Mario Odyssey,
Okay.
and specifically you get the Jump Up Superstar.
Okay. Odyssey's a great soundtrack, but it's not the one I would have chosen.
For Mario?
Yeah.
No, but you know,
I'd have chosen 64.
it is the Switch game, right? So I understand it.
I get it. But
And Jump Up Superstar is a great, I think that's a good song to get up to.
I do. But also, I would love to wake up very slowly to the song from Inside Peach's Castle from Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I'm saying they know that that's important because it's what you play when you walk in a Nintendo World.
Yes. I
At
also think
Universal Studios.
I want to wake up to one of the water levels. You could choose classic water level. You could choose 64. You could choose whatever you. But like
that would give me nightmares. I'd stay asleep through it and think I'm drowning.
oh, some like during the nightmare times a few years ago, I would do like 10-hour mix of the Mario 64 water level noise
No.
just to fall asleep.
That would fully make me think I'm drowning. I'm scarred by the Mario 64.
You have thalassophobia.
I do, and I'm scarred by Mario drowning in the
Yeah, because they
Mario
made
64.
him choke and drown.
It's really messed up.
Um,
Hear me out.
okay.
Peach's Castle or the Mario level or
Yeah.
the water level. Okay.
Okay.
Warming you up. And then hits that crescendo.
Yeah, there's so much good Mario music.
Okay.
Jump
sorry.
Up Superstar is good though.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, Splatoon,
Okay.
and you wake up to that. I'm in Canada now. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. That's a fun option.
Breath of the Wild,
okay. That makes sense.
and Breath of the Wild does the like the first flight song where it's like.
That's beautiful. I like that.
That's a great song to wake up to. Pikmin
Pikmin.
with a little Captain Olimar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're back in now.
Unexpected.
You're back in now. You kind of want this clock.
Unexpected. Okay.
Anything Pikmin she wants.
Yeah.
And then number 5 is Ring Fit Adventure.
I'm confused.
Sure. As we all are.
Yeah.
As we all are. So many Nintendo franchises. Now, they did say that there will be updates that will include additional games.
Ooh, okay.
They said that there are 2 more coming, I believe.
I agree that for $100, there should definitely be more than 5 game soundtracks in it.
You know, it's got a little screen, it's got animations, it's got a motion sensor. If you get back into bed within an hour of the alarm going off, the alarm goes off again.
It yells at you?
It yells at you.
Whoa. Why is Nintendo kind of obsessed with sleep?
Nintendo is obsessed with sleep and health.
Yeah.
Nintendo always has been.
Huh.
They've always made little things like that. You know, they've always made little pedometers. They've always made little tchotchkes
Yeah.
that are like, look, we care about health.
Right.
I think sleep in the last 10 years has been like a big deal in terms of like scientific study for health.
Yeah.
Like we just found out that if you don't get 7 hours of sleep a night, like your brain does not drain the bad stuff out of it. That's a new study. And like it doubles your chances of things like Alzheimer's and like memory loss and things like that. Like that's a new study that was just published. And yeah, there is a time and sleep obsession because of Japan's work culture. But listen, baby, it's not just Japan. It's everywhere. It's everywhere now.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
$100. I think this is hilarious because it was so obviously timed. Like, right? Like everybody's like, we know the rumors say the Switch 2 announcement is coming.
Yeah.
And Nintendo goes, going to talk about hardware. You want to come see this hardware announcement? You want to come see this hardware announcement?
Please
It's
look at
like
the clock.
it's like a little kid going, Mom, check this out. Check out this cool thing I can do. Mom,
Yeah.
mom, check it out. Check it out. Mom. And then and then the mom looks over and the kid goes.
Yeah.
It's like, did you see that?
I did.
Mom, did you see?
Yeah, for sure. Good job, honey. If Alarmo could play more different soundtracks.
Mm-hmm. You do it? It's going to get at least 2 more.
I'm going to need more than that.
What do you think the next 2 are going to be?
Animal Crossing.
Gotta be Animal Crossing, right?
You have such a good library of music. I can't believe that wasn't on the initial. And
Dude,
not
the
even
morning,
from a
like
place,
the good morning music in Animal
literally,
Crossing.
and all of that like little workout music for the like stretches.
Oh, and Isabel?
Like I think they should put something in where like if you set it to the Animal Crossing one, you can set it that like you get up and stretch every morning. You can set it so it plays the like
You do the,
stretch in the
"It's
town
me,
center.
son." Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be so cute.
Oh,
That'd be so good. I'd love to get up and stretch. So I think that genuinely, not just from a perspective of as somebody who loves Animal Crossing,
yeah.
I actually think that should have been on the base model in just like how notorious the soundtrack is, how
Yes.
iconically
Ring
Nintendo
Fit
is.
is fucking
Ridiculous.
wild. You could
Absolutely
have replaced it
ridiculous.
with anything. You could have replaced Ring Fit with Ice Climbers and people would have been like, thank God.
Yeah,
Ice
yeah,
Climbers.
for sure.
Somebody's saying Wii Sports.
In for Wii Sports.
Dude, the
In
Wii,
for Wii Sports.
the Wii
Absolutely.
Sports theme waking you up in the morning.
Ba, 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 ba,
Beep, beep, beep.
ba, 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 ba.
Well, that's the Wii Shop.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
That's
you're
the
right,
Wii Shop, which is also good.
Wii Shop
You
would
wanna-
be nice,
you
but I
wanna
don't think
get
you want
up-
to wake up to shopping, I guess. You're right.
The Wii Sports is. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's really good.
But you need something to ease in.
Mm-hmm. I think
Yeah, sorry, Me Plaza, yeah.
Me Plaza. Yeah. If I do sleep with my phone not next to the bed anymore.
Good for you.
It's extreme. Like I know that if the phone is next to the bed, I'm in bed for an extra 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't do that anymore.
Right.
Even if I get out of bed to just go turn off my alarm and I'm on the couch on the phone,
Better.
that's step 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I see the need for an alarm clock,
Mm-hmm.
but I really don't. I don't know. It's not for me. I think if there was like, if you have a kid in the house, I
Yeah.
super get it. If you're a Nintendo collector,
Yes.
I understand. And this is going to be sold out mostly to Nintendo collectors, I think.
Yeah. Can I be honest? If it had a bigger library of soundtracks, that's it. That's all it needs for me to be like, yeah, it's worth $100.
I think it will.
With like the motion sensors, I actually don't think this is probably that much more than like other motion sensor alarm clocks. I
Yeah.
bet these probably range in that. I bet they start at like the very lowest end, maybe $60.
Yeah, that's what I'd guess.
I would guess that like that's where we're at on that technology. I will say having to be someone who is sleeping alone in your bed is probably a tough restriction for a lot of
so
people.
here on Amazon, I'm looking at motion sensor alarm clocks. Some of them have like brightness, alarm settings, dimmers, stuff like that. They're around like 30, 40 bucks.
But those are just the ones where you have to like wave your hand over it for the
That's
motion.
fair.
That's not going, oh, I know that you stood up.
Mm-hmm. No, and I
Right?
think this is
That's
Nintendo doing what they always do, which is cleverly reusing technology because they have really good IR and like motion
Yeah.
sensors already from their hardware.
Yeah.
So this is probably, this is a screen. This is a hardware sensor, probably from a Joy-Con,
Yeah.
or 2 Joy-Cons up in that light bar.
Mhm.
It is a novel piece of technology.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if we start to see knockoffs of this that are, don't have Nintendo, but have like different
Yeah.
little things.
I honestly, I don't think it's that bad of a price for it. I really don't. I don't think it's super overpriced. Again, for me, it needs more soundtracks. And if they're saying they're going to update that, cool. But
Mhm.
like, I
don't know how much of an update, like that's something that
Yeah.
I want to highlight too. Like when Nintendo says updates are coming and they say at least 2 more games,
Uh-huh.
think of that as at most 2 more games. And
I
then if
want-
you get more than that, be excited.
I want 10 to 15.
Sure.
10 to 15 is where I'd be like, yeah, $100 is totally like the price for this. How much this should cost in this current climate of how much things cost.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by the price tag.
Here's my question for you. If there's an Alarmo app with an Alarmo shop,
Yeah.
you would do it?
Yeah, I think I would. Here's my thing, okay? I don't know. The problem is I can, Brit JK said this earlier and was like, I can just put soundtracks on my phone and make them my alarm.
Yeah.
The difference is I like the way that it like gradually moves you through it.
Yes.
Okay. I am somebody who needs to be woken up extremely gently. I need my phone to be gentle with me. I had to set the most like delicate alarm sound that would still wake me up. Otherwise, I wake up scared and angry.
As somebody who has had to wake her up before, this is 100% true.
I wake up every day frightened.
Waking up Saige, okay, just walking into a room when Saige is there is the TikTok where it's like, hello, it's me. I'm 100 feet away.
Yes.
I am not a killer.
Yes.
I am now 60 feet away.
Yes.
I am opening the door.
Yes. That is called post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
But because of that, I'm a little particular about my alarm.
I do enjoy the alarms. I was using for a little while one of the alarms that you keep your watch on at night and you tell it, I have to be up by this time. But like whenever my sleep cycle is at its lightest before that time, start slowly waking me up.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a thing that you can do if you have the watch.
I have the watch.
It's pretty good because your alarm is not always set for when you are most likely to wake up.
Right.
And what I do like about the Alarmo is it does as you're moving, it makes the extra little sounds.
Yeah, that's cute.
And that actually does help wake you up because you associate that sound with your motion. Which I think can be helpful. What are we looking at here, Alex? Oh, show me the motions.
Ooh.
Oh, this is not an Alarmo, but this is prototype Alarmo. Oh yeah, the motion stuff is pretty good. I mean, that's fun.
Guys. I'm sorry.
You talked yourself into Alarmo.
I think I talked myself into Alarmo. I hate it. I hate it. But I'm like, waking up is such an unpleasant experience every day. I'd have to say, top 2 worst parts of the day.
Yes.
Okay.
Waking up and trying to get to sleep.
Yes. Correct. So
why does Nintendo focusing on sleep?
I know.
Why does Nintendo think we need to fix our sleep?
I get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's interesting because they also did the Pokemon Sleep app. And I'm like, I would like solutions to make that more pleasant. I would like to set my phone further away. I use my phone for my alarm, and if it isn't right here, I'm not getting up.
Right.
I will simply lay there in agony with it being across the room.
And why
not? I
not?
need to be rewarded.
And why not?
I need a reward. I think that maybe this would be the type of reward. Well, you get all those little sounds.
You better get on there.
Waking up not miserable.
You better get on there and get it because it's selling fast.
I spent $100 on Alarmo.
$100 on Alarmo. Look,
but I want
if you buy the Alarmo, we can put it on the show and then you can write it off on your taxes. It's not, it's not the same as not spending $100.
It's not.
But at least it's a business expense.
At least it's a business expense. I don't know.
Alarmo.
Has it sold out?
It's sold out in Japan, but I don't think it's sold out here yet. I think you can still get an Alarmo.
I don't think I'm going to buy an Alarmo.
You can check Alarmo is still available.
Right? I'm not going to buy an Alarmo.
You're going to buy an Alarmo.
I'm not going to buy an Alarmo.
You're not going to buy it now, but by the end of the day, you'll be like, I got an Alarmo. And that's fine.
And then what? I have to sleep alone forever?
What's the difference? What's the difference compared to your current plan?
Will Ghost and Wednesday affect Alarmo?
Yes. No. Here's why. Lazier than you.
True. I get up before my cat. You're right.
Lazier than you. Just be honest with yourself and buy Alarmo. Quasi says, is Alarmo the new chastity belt?
Yeah.
That's the other thing about Alarmo.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say about my design sensibility. Certainly, I have a lot of collector's items and bric-a-brac around.
You do.
But you know that when I look at it, I like a specific type of collector's thing in my home. I don't want it to be, I don't want you to walk in, like people think you're going to walk into my apartment and see 18 lightsabers. You're not.
No.
I don't put 18 lightsabers on the wall.
17.
It's 17. That's the good number. I don't do guns of any kind.
No.
I don't do like weaponry.
Yeah.
And I try not to do anything that's like too big. I want my place to like reflect me.
Mhm.
And me is not a hot topic. Me is not GameStop.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
2 shirts.
Me
One
is
for
not
you,
GameStop.
one for me. Me is not a hot topic. Me is not GameStop.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I did
Limited
have
drop in the merch store.
I did have a sword on the wall once. I had a master sword that was behind a Hylian shield for a little while.
I remember, yeah.
Like, did you never saw that? That was
You
in San
told me
Francisco.
about
I
it,
told you
though.
about it. Yeah.
You've been talking about how you were getting rid of all of the weapons that you had and how you were debating what to do about it.
Yeah. My ex, one of my ex partners walked in and saw that on the wall and was like, "What are you doing with your life?"
Damn.
Okay, but I'll tell you this: by the end of our relationship together, she had one of the guardian bows and the fire arrows.
Look what you did.
I know, I did that. I did that to them. But I try not to like walk. I try not to have the kind of room where you walk in and you're like, "Hey, what do you like?
Yeah.
What are you doing?" I try not to have a rudderless man apartment.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
get you. My apartment is, I don't think that odd, but I guess a little odd.
Your apartment is not as gothy as people think it will be.
It's not as gothy as it used to be because of depression.
Yeah.
So I've tried to brighten it up a little bit, but everything is pink because of that.
Yeah.
It's very pink.
But even when you're in your old place, when it was at its
Yeah.
most put together and gothy,
Yeah.
it was more a cross between, it was gothic,
Mm-hmm.
not gothy. It
Yes.
was like if you walked into an old home
Right.
from the 1800s, like
Yes.
a manor house.
Yeah.
You had a lot of like Baroque details, things
Yeah.
like that, but it was very classy looking.
Yeah.
It-
My current place is definitely less classy looking.
Yeah.
And it's a little more just like odd, I guess. But I don't think of it as that strange. I have a lot of pink stuff and I have a lot of art on the walls.
Yeah.
That I get that the art's a little strange.
The art is more like what you would expect.
Yeah. It's a little more like little 2-headed creatures and stuff, but it's not that strange, okay?
Yeah.
And all of my nerdy stuff is in my office for the most part. There's nothing in the living room. I had to have somebody out to fix my internet the other day.
Mhm.
And I don't like having strange men in my apartment. Shocking. I know. Who could ever imagine why?
Right.
But he's sitting out there and I do my best to be like, I'm around, but we're not hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging us to hang out. And to every extent, I want to be like, hey, these are human people. And I get that also you're like bored all day sitting in people's houses and want to talk. But unfortunately, as knowing my interactions in the world with men, I'm not going to be the one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I cannot
Sure.
volunteer to be the one. And he's like sitting in my living room working on my internet and he's checking out my stuff a little too much. Okay. And he's just like looking too much. And I'm like, I know it's going to lead to questions. You've looked too much. And
That's
he's
the
like,
problem with having a cool and unique home.
I'm in the kitchen
Yeah.
and he's still trying to talk to me. And I'm like, and he's like, what do you do for work?
Sure.
I do science experiments on 2-headed lambs. What do you mean? And I give the most boring answer I can usually.
Yeah.
Because I used to say fun answers of what I do. Can't say that.
No.
I learned my lesson.
No. Somebody asked me yesterday on the street. They're like, "You look familiar. What do I know you from?" And I was like, "Oh no, I just I work online sometimes." And then
Yeah.
I just walked away.
Yeah.
You know?
I said, I'm a producer.
Yeah.
And he goes, really? And I'm like, yep. How long you been doing that? Like 10 years.
Yeah.
And he goes, you look too young. I'm like, no, don't start. You look too young. How old are you? Don't start asking my age, sir, in my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've looked at the art. You've looked at my things. I'm
Mhm.
making up a fictional man that lives here now, and I don't care how pink it is.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
The fictional man. You don't care how pink the fictional man is.
Yeah.
Just a real bubblegum man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the gender swap Princess Bubblegum.
Gotcha.
It's Prince Bubblegum.
Yeah. Neil
Naturally.
Patrick Harris.
Yes. Anyways,
Yeah. No, I had as you know, I have to have a locksmith come out once a month.
of course.
I have a regular locksmith now.
He's not joking. Anthony's got a locksmith on speed dial. We got locked out of the studio once.
Yeah, and let me tell
Like that.
Yeah, and not only do I have this locksmith on speed dial, I have the only good locksmith.
He's great.
He's a sweet guy. He cares. He
Mhm.
comes out quickly. He's not weird.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. But when he first saw my apartment, he was like, oh my gosh, bro, what do you do for a living? I was like, oh yeah, it's like sometimes I do some work with like Star Wars and Marvel. He was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. And he looked around, he was like, whoa, Thor's hammer. I was like, here you go.
Take it.
It wasn't like it was like one of the $15 ones.
Yeah.
I was like, take it, man. You can have it.
yeah.
And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, I would have been sleeping up at my door until, the office opened up in the morning.
No wonder he likes you so much.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like I had back when I was living in an old place and I had a partner, we had a cleaning person come like once or twice a month. And she was like, so you don't have kids? And we're like, no, we don't have kids. The wildest one is I was dating somebody else who is in our space, who hosts and does stuff in pop culture like we do. And I brought her into my apartment and she looked around and she went, oh, you really like this stuff. I'm not going to name names.
After the show, you will.
I will after the show.
After the show.
But there are people,
naming names on Patreon.
Yeah, naming names on Patreon. There are some, listen, the fake nerd is not as pervasive in the space as people think.
Yeah.
It's hard, listen, it's so hard now to be a pop culture host. It's so competitive that if you're a fake nerd, you're not going to make it.
Oh God.
You're not going to make it.
Here's what I always say. It's not enough fun or money to do if you don't like it.
No, if it's not part of what you do and like you already know it, like you're not going to do
Way
it.
too much
Because
work.
you can make way more money doing something else.
Yeah. I also think there's a lot of people that came in liking it and maybe don't as much anymore in that they have been burned by it. And it can be really hard when you start doing something for a living to not like lose your external joy for it.
Yeah. And there's also, listen, it's also when you make a living based on your interests and hobbies, you are doing it knowing that human beings grow and change.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like, look, I knew some people, like there's some people back at Rev3 who have been tech reporters forever. Or I know people who've been like CNET or something who were like, when they got into it, they were like, oh, I love this stuff.
Yeah.
Now they don't love it. It's just like second nature to them.
Yeah.
They have other hobbies now.
Yeah. And that's fine.
That's fine. That's
fine.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. But you know what we can all agree on and everybody loves? Venom Frog. Can we get a picture of that Venom Frog, Alex? Can we get a picture of the Venom Frog,
We've had enough
please?
of Venom Frog.
Real quick. Can we look at that?
He
That's
was ready.
the first look at Venom Frog.
But it's our 80th look at Venom Frog.
It's our 80th look at the first look at Venom Frog. Holy shit, that frog rules.
All right.
How much of Frog do you think is going to be in the movie?
One scene.
God.
Literally one scene.
I hope he spend most of movie as Frog.
I think like 5 seconds, bro.
I'm hoping for an incredible sequence where he goes from fish to frog to horse to condor to elephant. I want Venom to turn into like every animal in like a wild chase scene that lasts like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm so sorry.
That's what I want though.
I know.
I love the Venom movies.
I got to actually watch them.
I've
I've seen-ish the first one.
They're great.
Thank you. Yeah, they're great. They're great. The first one, the reason why they're great changes from movie to movie.
And I know that.
It changes from movie to movie.
Yeah.
In the first one, it's great because what's his name? Large Tom the Mad Max.
Tom had it, disappeared from my brain as I went to say it. No, wait, don't. I'm not looking at the chat. Hardy. Because my brain
Tom
kept
Hardy.
going, Holland.
No.
Holland. And I know. But it's because the H was there.
Yeah. No. Large Tom the Mad Max in the first one is playing a comedy and no one else is.
Yeah.
He's doing a rom-com and no one else is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's funny. In the second one, everyone gets that it's a rom-com, and so it's good for a different reason, which is they lean too far into it and now it's just a weird movie.
Yeah.
And I love that. Third one, I think is good if they do a lot of animal.
Okay. All right.
Lot of animal. That's what I think. Of course, because it's Venom times, everybody's trying to Venom.
What does that mean?
Everybody want a Venom.
What are you saying?
They got a Venom.
What do you mean?
It's the tie-in movie of the year. Everybody wants to be part of Venom. They want to license
Are you
this
going
Venom.
back to this thing?
What? You want to see the Venom Frog again?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. We don't have any more Venom news.
We could see the Venom frog.
What else do you have? Where are you going with this?
We could see the Venom frog again.
We don't need to see the Venom frog
Just
again.
one more time.
Okay.
Just one more time this segment.
All right, we're moving on from Venom.
Okay, except that Fortnite has a Venom.
We already said that.
Did they? Can we see that
That's
Fortnite
when we looked at the
Can we see
Venom?
that? Can we see that Fortnite Venom? Did we already look at that? Can we see it again?
Yeah. Remember She Venom?
Yeah. No, I don't. Can we see
Agony?
that? Can we see that one more time?
All right. We did. We did. We did. Okay. We're done with Venom.
Just keep them open, baby.
You're a nightmare.
You don't need to. You don't need to. Let's talk about Roblox.
Okay. They got Venom?
Probably. Everything's in Roblox. If it's something that an underpaid child can make, it's in
They can make a lot of things. They have
Roblox.
tiny dexterous fingers.
Exactly. It's what we've learned. Roblox is always in some kind of controversy.
Yeah.
Okay. But specifically, this one, a new one that overlaps 100 others, is they're currently being accused of massively inflating user stats and, quote, fostering a hellscape for children.
Now, is fostering a hellscape specifically illegal? I don't think there's any law against fostering hellscapes.
I don't think that would be the name of the law they're breaking.
Because we live in one every day.
Yeah.
So that can't be illegal.
Yeah. So the Hindenburg research report is what made these assertions.
Oh my God,
creating.
they found the Hindenburg?
I know.
Is everyone
Crazy.
okay?
Yeah.
Thank God. It sounded bad.
It did.
When that guy said, "Oh, the humanity."
Yeah.
It sounded bad. I'm glad everyone's okay.
They're saying that Roblox claim of 79.5 million daily active users is inflated between 25 and 42%.
I mean, that's still a lot of people, but that's still a lot of lie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Especially when there is such an active economy in Roblox. If you're lying between 25 and 42%, that's a lie about how many potential customers there are to develop things within it.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of money going through is still the same. And so if it's a lot of money,
But
it's a lot of
if you
money.
have information on the money, right?
Sure.
If you're talking about, the potential for money, that's it.
Yeah.
They also said that Roblox currently has no idea how to identify if a user has multiple accounts. They have no ability to tell if a user has multiple accounts.
No, because then they'd catch the predators.
Correct. That's the thing, right? So one of the big focuses on Roblox has always been that there is just an abundance of predators on Roblox because it's an MMO for children. And now this isn't new, right? There's always been these kind of online platforms as long as online multiplayer games have existed.
Sure.
I was a Club Penguin kid, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there was predators on Club Penguin, but they just weren't as effective on Club Penguin. There wasn't as much you could do.
You could only say like two things.
Now, you could type on Club Penguin, depending on what kind of account you had. You could type. But, for instance, you couldn't type numbers at all. They were like, absolutely no numbers because we don't want kids giving addresses, zip codes, phone numbers, ages, anything. And so they had really intense restrictions on what you could type pretty much. And also, there was just kind of like a less online culture.
Yeah.
Right? So it would be like, what are they going to do? Invite me to their igloo? That's about it.
Yeah.
Roblox, on the other hand, does not do that. And if somebody gets banned for, being a predator, they can just simply have another account. And Roblox said, well, how could we know?
How would we know? There's no way to figure that out. There's absolutely no way to figure out whether somebody potentially has multiple accounts. What a weird, what could we do?
No one does it.
What could we do?
No one does it, right? So in Roblox's 2023 annual report, the company disclosed the following age breakdown of its users. 21% were under 9 years old. 21% 9 to 12 years old.
Okay.
16% 13 to 16, 23% 17 to 24, and 18% 25 years or older.
All right.
So they say at least 40 million Roblox users are children.
Right. Listen, I don't begrudge anybody their good time. Certainly. I don't begrudge anybody whatever games you want to play, that's cool, that's valid. I do. The 18% 25 and older feels weird to me on Roblox. That
Yeah.
feels weird to me on Roblox. Like I like, listen, are there going to be a certain amount of adults on there because Roblox is a marketing platform, a game platform, a way to make money? Yes. Are there a few people that probably like played Roblox when they were younger and check in from time to time? I guess maybe, but I ate for almost 20% of Roblox's user base to be over 25 feels weird to me.
Yeah.
Feels weird.
It's hard. Well, and right now too, that game in Roblox, Dress to Impress, is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, the one with the ARG, the spooky ARG in it.
I don't know about this spooky ARG, but a lot of adults are playing that now. So I'm curious what that number breakdown looks like now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are playing Dress to Impress.
You don't know about the ARG?
I don't know about the Dress to Impress ARG.
Okay, Dress to Impress is a game on Roblox. Get ready. Is a game on Roblox where you basically put your character in a fun outfit that has to do with a theme.
Okay.
And then everybody goes on a runway show and votes. And whoever wins is the one who dressed to impress.
So like when I hear things like that, I'm like, yeah, people over 25 playing that makes tons of sense. And I see it like every day.
Plus it's trending
on my
right
home
now.
Feed. I see it on my TikTok lives.
I'm sure people are like, I'm
Yeah.
sure people are playing it right now just because it's trending.
Yeah.
But our one of our YouTubers that we enjoy, Izzy Z's.
Yes,
Izzy's did an entire hour-long video about the ARG that's hidden in Dress to Impress.
Oh, I didn't watch this one.
It's built to be this fun fashion show.
Yeah.
But when you start looking around at the environment or speaking to some of the characters or like looking through the windows, there are like nightmare ghosts out there and people who have hung themselves, and there's like stuff hidden up in the walls that you can find that's like genuinely horror based.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think it's so cool that they hid this horror ARG, and there are like little notes and things all around. You'll see there are notes for like missing kids that pop up in the background.
Okay.
And they've been like changing.
Look,
And it's
I would
like
have been
behind
obsessed with this as a kid.
Yeah, there is a receptionist.
Yeah.
When you go in to Dress to Impress, and behind her she has that like corkboard, and there are missing children things.
Weird.
And they're like diaries you can find. And people are like working together to figure out like this ARG.
I do like it.
Guess what?
What?
You're a Roblox user now, and you bought an Alarmo. That's
what today's show did. There's 2 reasons I'm sleeping alone after today's show. I'm a Roblox user and I bought an Alarmo.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know what it's leading to.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll tell you. Kids do love horror stuff.
Oh yeah.
Kids love horror stuff.
Absolutely.
But I do think it's also fun if you were just like a horror game maker or somebody who wanted to make a horror game.
Yeah.
And you started hiding it in this little like Roblox fashion game.
Yeah. It's Roblox should be cool if they could just be cool. If they weren't a company that was willing to do literally anything to make money and had absolutely no moral ground or standing, this could be a platform that could be much safer for children than it is and could contain a bunch of cool stuff for anybody to play on.
Yeah.
Because the service in itself is rad.
Yeah. A couple years ago, People Make Games, of course, did their first expose on Roblox and child labor in Roblox.
Yeah. Massive.
Roblox tried to get them to cease and desist, tried to copyright them and everything. So, of course, People Make Games said, fuck you, and made a follow-up documentary.
Yeah.
And now this Hindenburg report has come out.
Yeah, they say that the platform is I'm going to avoid saying the word because YouTube won't allow it, but a predator hellscape with no upfront screening, replete with CP trading rings and prolific sexually explicit content available to children, according to their current report on this platform.
I'm not shocked.
I'm not surprised by it. I'm always disappointed.
Yeah.
Not surprised, always disappointed.
Yes, because this is an easy problem to solve.
Yeah.
But the reason why most platforms don't solve it is for 2 reasons. Number one, they want that user base.
Yeah.
They want all users because all users convert into money. And what that user does, they don't want to know.
Yep.
Number 2, it's a problem that can be solved, but it's a problem that gets solved by spending money. And of course, nobody wants to spend money.
Right.
But there are plenty of ways both through machine learning, algorithmically, security, just basic security.
Oh, yeah.
That all of these problems could be solved.
This is not the first platform targeted at children, but somehow it is the most dangerous. So we have to go, others have done it.
Yeah.
Why can't you?
This is every kid plays Roblox.
Yeah.
This is what kids do.
Yeah.
They play Roblox. And so for Roblox to be this unsafe is ridiculous. And of course, we've talked about this before where these platforms, whether it's a social media platform, whether it's a gaming platform, it's amazing what sort of problems they can solve when the law says they have to.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly hate speech was removed from social media in Germany.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly that happened. In parts of Europe where libel is illegal,
Right.
where hate speech is illegal,
Yeah.
in print, it's amazing how quickly social media platforms were able to create an algorithm that weeded that stuff out.
Yeah.
But here in America, it's just impossible. How could we do it?
There is a strange American thing where somehow our society has convinced the citizens of America to not look at other countries at all as options for what we could have. And it's been on my mind a lot this week because I don't know if this is your feed, but every time I go on TikTok, I'm getting those debates. I'm getting I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why are you voting for Trump? I'm getting Dean and the other kid sitting down debating Trump supporters all day, right?
Sure.
And the frequency at which they'll be like, oh, like the people that are voting for Kamala saying like, well, I'd like to model it after this. I like this in this country. When they're like, that's impossible. That can't happen. And it's like, actually, this already exists here. Or like, this would have been illegal this here.
There is an idea that just because it works somewhere else doesn't mean it will work here because we're culturally different. We're larger. We have a larger population. Our laws are different. American people want different things. And so that's the argument. Those are sort of like the garbage arguments that are used, right?
All they say in response every single time, and this is a crazy pattern. They just go, why would I care about what's happening in another country? That's all they say. That's all they say. And I know that it's a response to like, well, I don't have this information, so I need to shut this down really quick.
Do you care if the person sitting next to you at work is getting better treatment than you?
Right.
Do you care about that? Do you care if your boss is giving everyone in the cubicles around you free lunch except for you?
Yeah.
You'd notice, right? You wouldn't go, hey, listen, only what's happening at my desk, that's
only
my
at
job.
my desk. That's none of my business. And who would it benefit if you did, right?
Right.
Because if you decided that you only cared about what was happening in your cubicle, does that benefit you? No. It only benefits the person who is withholding it from you.
And
right?
That's an abstracted analogy. The real thing that happens in jobs in America that is analogous to this is when employers tell you don't talk about how much you make with other people.
Tell everyone how much money you make.
Hey,
tell your coworkers.
And they always
talk about it.
They always pull you aside and say like, hey, don't tell anybody else how much you're making because you make a little extra.
Yeah.
We paid you a little bit more than we normally would for somebody like blah, blah, blah. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
You're probably making less.
Yep.
Everybody should be talking about this. And the people who are saying like, well, if it's happening over there, what do I care? Like what's happening over there doesn't work over here, doesn't matter over here.
Yeah.
Buddy, I was just talking to a friend who got back from a trip to Europe, got injured in Europe, got sick in Europe.
Yep.
Went into the emergency room in Paris. People kind of spoke English, but didn't really. And he was like, it's still more attention than I've ever gotten from a doctor.
Yep.
I was in and out of the ER faster than I've ever been.
Yeah.
He's like, I had 2 EKGs.
Yeah.
He's like, I had all this stuff done. And the guy said, listen, I'm so sorry. Because you're not a citizen, there will be a bill. And he said, okay, well, how much is it going to be? And he was like, ready for it. And the guy said, it'll be somewhere between 20 and 50 euros.
Yeah.
20 and 50 euro.
I got extremely sick when I was in Italy. I was in Florence and I was...
Too much of ravioli.
That's it.
Too much of ravioli, Luigi.
I got a horrible, horrible flu.
Yeah.
And like went to get COVID test immediately. Wasn't COVID. Was trying to figure out what it was. And I was dying. I went to an urgent care because I couldn't breathe. And I was like, I'm going to die in Italy. I got 3 different types of medication. I got a full urgent care visit walked right in, waited maybe 5 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, at just the nearest urgent care. I spent $20.
Yeah.
I spent $20 for all 3 of the medications and the visit.
Herman, this says, doesn't Italy have a no tipping culture too? No, you have to tip the doctors.
They do have a no tipping culture. It's correct. However, it's depending on the
doctors
spot
are
that
like,
you're in.
As you're leaving, it's like, grazie.
A little for me.
Scusi bellissimo.
I will say some of a lot of places, especially in heavily tourist areas, are impacted by America's tipping culture. We're kind of fucking it up for everyone else, where other places are starting to try and underpay their workers because they know American tourists and tourists from other places that do have tipping cultures will come in and tip. So we're kind of ruining it for everybody by not just paying our workers fairly in the first place.
Yeah, I do think this is interesting because, like, when you want to be realistic in talking about these sorts of things, general healthcare is better in most places. We have fallen to, I believe, number 47 in the world for healthcare.
Not doing great.
In terms of just cost and actual efficacy of healthcare. What other people will tell you is like, hey, there are people that live in Europe, live in like in England in particular, where there is the NHS, but then people will also have private insurance on top of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's optional.
Yeah.
That's optional. But the reason for that is there are truths about socialized medicine that get twisted and exaggerated to make it seem horrible here. The deal is, if you have something really rare, or if there's something that you really need that is not something that comes up very often.
Yeah.
It is possibly true that under socialized medicine, there will be a wait time for a treatment, because under socialized medicine, there are only so many facilities to take care of something that's rare. Whereas if something is rare and expensive in the US, we might have more places to take care of it. But there is that gap care that you can get for privatized healthcare. And those things that happen are much rarer. Like, they are not the number of, like, the standard health stuff that comes up for 90% of the population is gonna be taken care of.
I'll also say, in addition to that, that isn't an inherent effect of socialized medicine. That is an effect of where we have gotten to on socialized medicine so far, because nobody has actually accomplished socialism, much less communism in the idea of it, even though America would really like you to believe there's a whole lot of communists out there. So because nobody has actually successfully gotten to the point of socialism in its full practice, and are often straddling capitalism and socialism, is really why that is still a thing. Because if the way that money was actually moved around was fully focused on a socialized system that took care of their citizens, it wouldn't be an issue of there not being enough.
Yeah.
Because right now
the majority of your money would go to what the majority of the citizens need.
Exactly. So that would make a better healthcare system. And the second thing is that I don't know why Americans forget that we also have to wait.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a weird thing where they're like, but the wait times are going to get so long. It's going to take so long if everybody gets health insurance, which, hey, as a note in that, if your concern is if everyone is taken care of, I might not be taken care of better than everyone, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's a weird take. Think on it.
But I will say this too, like, there was a time where they thought that I had late stage cancer. They were pretty sure. Like, they didn't know, like, before we tracked down what was wrong with me.
Yeah.
They thought that I had late stage cancer, and they're like, we got to get you in for a CT scan as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. Like, I was like, great, I'm ready. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? Like, is it down? And they're like, so we're going to get you in 3 weeks. Yep. It happens here.
Yeah.
It happens here. Meanwhile, my buddy who was over in Europe, like, needed those EKGs and those CT scans, and they happened because those are common procedures.
Yeah.
Like, right now, if you wanted to, in America, you could find a place to give you a full scan of your body for all health issues, because it's one scan.
Yeah.
And they can just look at it for everything. But you have to pay out of pocket, and it's like $2,000.
Yeah.
I know people that, like, for work, they travel to, like, Korea.
Yeah.
they get their body scanned once a year in Korea to see what's like, if they need to take care of anything.
Yeah.
And somebody caught like extremely early cancer. Somebody caught like an extremely early tumor. And I was like, how much does that cost? They're like, full body scan in Korea, like $200.
I was having fainting spells and they said, we should get your heart checked.
Mhm.
Okay. That sounds kind of important, right?
Yeah.
A month.
It's one of the biggies, I think.
I think the heart's one of the biggies.
It's one of the biggies.
I think I've got a pretty big heart,
Yeah.
which was what came up on the scan and they were very
Problem. Like a
concerned.
horse, they
Yeah.
said. Like a horse, but
Yeah.
you're a tiny lady.
Yeah.
They're like, that's too big a heart.
And that's it. But it took over a month to get my heart scanned,
Yeah.
to make sure that it wasn't killing me.
Anyway,
So-
Roblox is terrible.
Yeah, Roblox is bad, and so is our healthcare system. I don't know. It's just the thing of like, look around at other options. If other places are regulating things, we could too.
Yeah. Hey, going back to some games. Let's talk a little bit about games.
Let's do it.
We can do one more.
Yeah.
Let's do. Which one do you want to do? I'll let you choose.
Me?
Yeah.
Whomst? Me?
Yeah, I'll let you choose.
Let's talk about, because we're actually talking about MMOs a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about a new MMO coming up from the creator of RuneScape.
Okay.
Babes, ever heard of old school RuneScape?
Hey, any of you babes ever played old school RuneScape?
Brighter Shores is an MMO being developed by Andrew Gower and his brother, Paul. I like they didn't put Paul's last name. They're like, you get it.
Yeah,
Same last name.
his brother Paul.
It's not being developed by Andrew and Paul Gower.
No.
Andrew Gower and his brother, Paul.
That's like hey, Mario saved the kingdom and
Yeah.
Luigi was there too.
Yeah. It's giving
Hey.
Max and Ruby and
Hey.
their little brother, Max.
Hey, justice for Paul Gower.
Yeah. What's so funny is they've been planning their launch for a little while now, and they've delayed it now by 1 day. Because,
Fuck them. Fuck them. I'm so tired of this bullshit.
yeah. I'm confused why, what is the date today? Today is October 11th, okay?
Okay.
They've just decided that they should push it from November 5th
Yeah.
to November 6th. It was going to go into like early access
Yeah.
on November 5th.
Right. So they were saying you don't want to release the new game for people who were addicted to RuneScape
Uh-huh.
on the day when those people who are now a little bit older
Yeah.
could go vote.
Yeah, I just think maybe you might get your announcement even a little lost when the news is going to be consumed by people fearing for their lives on November 5th. You
Right.
know?
Which literally Andrew Gowers tweeted,
Yeah.
we've decided to push the launch of Brighter Shores back to the 6th of November because apparently there's some election thingy on the 5th. Who knew?
It's just so funny because like it's not like our election day moves around.
No.
Like same time every cycle. I'm confused why initially they were like, yeah, November 5th sounds good. Like that sounds like a good day. Like sounds like a good release day. And then a month before they were like, wait a minute.
They probably got their mail and got that thing in the mail that's like, are you registered for November 5th? And they were like, right.
Oh.
Right.
I do kind of love those things though, when you're working on a project and you're just too far in it and you don't like everything is gone.
Yeah.
Right? A personal favorite, I've told this story many times. I was writing a script with a friend. I had to name a creepy Christian school and I had named it Faith Hills.
Faith Hills next to Tim McGraw University.
Yeah. And I didn't think about it because it was just on paper. I never said it out loud.
Yeah.
I wrote it down and it was like Faith Hills Lutheran School. And I was like, that's great. It's up on a big hill.
Mhm.
Faith is such a word. And I was looking
Yeah.
at word clouds.
It's
of
next to a
Christian
big
words.
McGraw.
Yeah. I was looking at all these like Christian Catholic word clouds and I was like, faith is it. That's easy. And then my friend who I was writing it with went to do his draft on it and was like, Faith Hills. And I was like, yeah, Faith Hills. And he's like, Faith Hills.
Is that a
And I
joke?
said Faith Hills.
Are we doing it as a goof?
It took so long for me to understand it until he literally went, this kiss. And I was like, I got to set this down for a while. I think I got to look away for a while. And I feel like this is one of those things.
Yeah, your head down. Here's the thing. I know the election is coming up. I know the election is coming up next month. But
Big deal.
like it would have taken me a second to remember November 5th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's on my calendar,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Interesting.
But it's not something where I immediately go November 5th. Yes.
Oh, see, it does for me. Like November 5th is like in my brain
Yeah.
as like, even if it wasn't an election year, I would think of that as election day. Yeah. I don't know.
See,
Or it's
my
voting
thing,
day,
when you
but, you
first
know.
said, actually, when you first said they delayed it from November 5th to November 6th, I was like, wait a minute, should they have done that? Are we voting on November 6th?
Yeah. No, we're voting on the 5th. Don't miss it. Hey, don't miss it. Or mail in your ballots early if you can. Early voting is great. To get your thing in the mail, you drop it off at a little mailbox, take it to a library.
Yeah, do that. Go do that. Go vote. Hey, go vote, everybody.
Go vote, everybody.
And,
That's going to be it.
That's going to be it, everyone. Can we get a quick look at that Venom frog before we go, Alex? Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Saige, what's going on with you when you're not here?
Oh, you can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Sage or on both the Pixel Circus channels. How about you, Anthony?
You can find me everywhere online at Carboni, except for here on Twitch where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me.
How about Alex?
Hello, you can find me on Twitter at Alder_Mancy or on Instagram at Alex Teplitz. And again, go check out Unprepared Casters, The Aurora Protocol.
Woo!
Remember that if you are a patron, we're going to rank some little guys today, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. It'll be up a little while after the show today.
That's patreon.com/Pixel Circus.
If you're not a patron, what are you doing?
Get yourself a little free trial. See if it's something you're into. You can get access to the whole backlog of content when you subscribe to it. And then it's just $5 a month to keep getting a whole bunch of extra content from the circus. It's very cool of you.
That's right.
Do you want a Me Is Not a Hot Topic shirt?
Me is not a hot topic.
Me is not a hot topic. Me is not a GameStop.
Also, thank you to everybody who has been subscribing over on YouTube, over on the Pixel Pop channel. We really appreciate that. The subscriber number is ever growing.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We love you. That's free to do. You can subscribe. You can hit the bell to get notified. You can like the video to let us know that you enjoy these videos, so we will keep making them. That's how YouTubers like to hold their videos ransom over you a little bit. I'll only keep making them if you tell me you like them. We need validation. And leave a little comment. Tell us about anything that you had thoughts on today's show. Tell us who your favorite little guy is.
Yeah.
And whether or not Venom Frog is a little guy. I say no. I say
definitely S tier little
he's
guy.
not a little guy.
We're going to go through and we're going to thank everybody who supported us during the show. Remember, we are an independent network.
We are farmers.
Bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum, bum.
So all the money that you donate, all your generosity goes directly towards keeping the lights on, keeping the programming going, creating new shows. So we really, really appreciate it.
It's very cool of you. Join the Discord. Tell us what you want us to talk about. That's totally free. Anybody can join. You don't even have to be subscribed here to do that. So jump on in and, tell us what you want to see us talk about like folks do. That's it. We love you so much. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us. And we will see you on the Patreon or Monday.
Bye, BBs.